So let's start off. Noah with the 14:41 ties the American record. What are your thoughts on this race and breakdown of what you saw from his performance?
Yeah, first, congrats to the bro. Congrats to Noah for that, man. That's huge to write himself in history in yet another event. I think off rip going into the race, I was kind of expecting him to either tie or beat Tyson. I know, he got the same coach that Tyson had, so he gets to see all of the things that Tyson was doing and all the things that Tyson was doing when he was running super, super fast. And I think that Noah in his head is greater than Tyson was. So as an expectation standpoint, I kind of expected this, but to actually watch the race and see him execute, especially like when he got the 70, like when he got the 70, 75, he always kind of pulls from the field in the 100, but it was dope to see it over 150. So you could really see his acceleration and how he could hold it, and how long he could hold it, how special he is at doing that. So that was my favorite part of watching the race, probably his 70 to finish. He had a little of this going on though, but I was very pleased with watching it. Good job to all the guys. Zarnell did a good job too. Great performance there too. But congrats to Noah, man. I really enjoyed watching that run.
Yeah, Zarnell's someone I think we can't go understated as well, because he put the fifth fastest time ever, as well as his 200s has been looking really, really strong as well. There's a point like in that first, like you said, like half that race, that first 70, I was like, oh crap, Zarnell's about to win this thing. Like I was like, there's no way that Zarnell's about to win this thing. That's crazy. It's gonna be a huge win for him. And then, like you said, like Noah started pulling it away a little bit, which was and then running that American record. You're talking about had a little arm to the side. Could you share what you mean? Like why you think that might be going down, and any insight on the arm swing here?
With Noah, it could have been a lot of things. I think it could have been something as simple as wind blowing him in a certain direction. It could have been fatigue. It could have been, his left glute wasn't firing, so he was overcompensating by swinging his right arm. Like it was just kind of for me, it was kind of rare, I guess, to see him. He didn't break form. Like I'm not even hinting at that, but I did see a little bit of that, like this action here, which is very like rare for me to ever see in a few people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the performance that we were seeing from him has been very impressive. It was a great race, like you said. It's the what's the emotion? What do you think is the feeling after this? Because we saw the second he crossed that finish line, he was clearly like upset he didn't break that world record. Like he's been wanting to beat Bolt's records, and he's come close, but he hasn't had one of those breaks yet. Like what do you think is that emotion in that moment where you're like, all right, I'm tying the American record, but I'm not getting that one, like what his goal was. He's coming up a little short. Like, how do you manage those emotions of, I still did something extremely impressive, I set a huge personal best, did all of that, but I didn't come out and get what I wanted?
Yeah, that's a good question too. I think it's got to be like two outcomes, and it's one follows the other. So that first one is like, damn, I didn't get my record that I wanted. It could be vice versa, but this is kind of how I see it. Finish the race, look at the time. Damn, I didn't get the time that I wanted, but I accomplished all of these things. I should be grateful for them. But now I still got that goal to work towards. So I think it's a healthy kind of thing, as long as you're not getting too hard on yourself, right? So I'm gonna go through the little process again. I crossed the line. I see the time. I wanted to break the world record in the 150. I came a 10th off. Damn. Oh, I'm so mad. You know what I'm saying? But wait a minute. I just broke an American record on the way. I ran faster than I ever ran. And now I still got something to work towards. Okay, cool. That's kind of like, I feel like that's the healthiest way that you could kind of have emotions like that. Because as an athlete like Noah or anybody, college, high school, professional, we're going to set goals for ourselves. Like, in the pole vault for you, right? You set a goal. Damn, I didn't get it today. You're going to be a little upset, but now I got all the more motivation to still accomplish that goal. As long as you can avoid discouragement, you're good.
Mhm. Yeah, like it's while he didn't get the original, which like world record, like that's great. Like, hey, my goal is to be the fastest person in the history of the world at this distance. Like that's insane. Like to say like, yeah, if I'm not the fastest man ever and I'm the second fastest man ever at this thing, it's a failure. It's like that's nuts. So like he put together a really great race, and I think when combining a few of the things we've talked about already and the stuff that he's brought up, like I feel right now the American record has to be broken this year because you mentioned that. So he's had his coach, who was Tyson Gay's coach, American record holder. He's gone through, and in these practices, he was talking about in the interview leading up to this race that he was hitting Tyson Gay times in the 60, and he's like, all you got to worry about is I'm hitting Tyson Gay American record times. That's what you got to worry about. And then he goes in and he ties Tyson Gay's record. And this is at the 150, right in between that sweet spot of his American record that he currently has and the world championship that he just got in the 100 meters this past year. If the American record doesn't go down this year, I don't know when it ever will. Like, this is the time. I feel like everything has been lined up perfectly for like, hey, you've got the practices, you feel the confidence. We got Fred Curley saying, I'm hitting the world record next time I'm on the track. Like, the momentum is building, I feel. And while the times haven't been there for the 100 yet, like we're still around 990, it's not terribly slow, it's not terribly fast, it's kind of in the middle. I feel this has to be the year that the American record's going down. Like, what do you think?
I said it in January. I think that Noah's gonna run 69. I'm sorry. 969. I said it back in January. I think it was this first 60. He PR'd the first meet of the year. And I said, yeah, he gonna run 969. Is what is the American record at the moment?
Let me pull it up. I can't remember exactly. I know it's Tyson. I'll
71?
tell you in a second.
Is it I don't want to
It's
say the wrong number.
9. Oh man, I should know this. The fact that I don't know this is crazy. Yeah, it is 969. It is 969. Exactly.
69. Okay, so at the time I wasn't aware of the American record. I thought it was 71 for some reason, or 77. But I predicted him to run 969, and I still think he's on track to run 969. So that's where I'm gonna stand on it. He gonna run 969 this year.
Yeah. Book it. Like, I'm for it. Like, I think it's going to be like seeing this out of the 150 is going to be a good one. And 60, I mean, like that is so fast though right now, bro. Like, what's his personal best right now? Like, so his personal best in the 100 is, where is it? I'm trying to go down. He's at 983.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's going down, but that is a lot of, like, that's a pretty big difference. 60 to go to 68 from 83. Like, that's some distance. Now, look, on the other side of it, I mean, Fred Curley went from, what was it? Like his PR before going into 2022 was like a 10-0, and then he went and he ran the 976, in 2022. So it can happen, but man, like that's moving. You have to be flawless with that thing, in that execution, man.
Yeah, it's gonna take a perfect race from him. Obviously the best race he ever had. But with Simbine and with Coleman right now, I think that they will push him to have. Yeah.
Oh, we lost you there. You said with Simbine and with Coleman.
Yeah, so with Simbine and with Coleman in the field, I think that's naturally going to push the competitor in Noah to do something he's never done before. So he's got the field to help him get to that. I already said it. I already spoke on it. I put it in the universe, so I'm not going back on it. He's going to run 969. So it'll be a big jump, but I'm confident that he has the ability and the want to get it